to come back to Epstein, it really jumped out at me when you were saying that the conspiracy theories breed when people go down a rabbit hole and only look at one potentially very radical source of news. But if you open the front page of both the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times this morning, Epstein is on the front page. And Epstein was on the front page of both those newspapers on Saturday and Sunday, and probably will be again on Friday to keep the story going for a news cycle. So, yes, there's a conspiracy theory element to this, but there is also a news story, a legitimate news story element to this with professional journalists at the New York Times and elsewhere that are very interested in this story. And there's also a partisan and political aspect to this, that this is seen as a wedge to drive between Trump and some of his supporters, to drive between Trump and other aspects of the Republican Party. And so the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, they're pursuing this for legitimate news reasons. They're presenting it as legitimate actors. And I also think that it's being pursued for partisan political reasons to try and weaken Trump's coalition. So, yes, the Epstein story, there are elements of the conspiracy theory, definitely. But it's not just that. It's not just people sitting in their rooms listening to Alex Jones who are reading about Epstein, because I've never watched a single episode of Alex Jones. I don't think I would even know where to find it. And yet, when I opened the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal this weekend, I read about Epstein. I probably would have rather not read about Epstein, but there he was.